Inside handoff to Spears. Bounces it off the left side. Oh, what a jump cut by Spears, and look out. 50, 45, 40. It's a foot race. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Jalen Spears. Touchdown, Colonels. That is it. Nicholls has punched their ticket to the postseason, and they have clinched a share of the Southland Conference Championship. Tim Rebo getting a Gatorade bath. 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. Pressure coming from Evans. Ogeron steps into the throw and has Pierce wide open. Pierce is down the near sideline, and he is going to win the foot race into the end zone. A touchdown for the Cowboys, 84 yards. Ogeron stood in the pocket, took the hit from Evans, and delivered a strike to Pierce. And Mason Pierce, the redshirt freshman, ran it the rest of the way for a Cowboys touchdown. McQuaid drops back, plenty of time to throw, has Robinson wide open on the near side. Robinson down the sideline to the 40, cuts it back to the middle, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Colonels, 78 yards from McQuaid to Robinson. 5 receivers set, although they bring Denario Davenport into the backfield. 3 receivers stacked on the near side as Turner under heavy pressure from Sharkey. It's picked off, and this is going to be a pick 6 for the Colonels. Rasheed Lovelace picking it off and taking it into the end zone for the touchdown. Set to kick things off between Nicholls and Southeastern. Alec Mailer will kick off for Southeastern, going from right to left. Green jerseys, white pants, white helmets. He will kick it to Nicholls, who have the white pants, red jerseys, and the silver chrome helmets. And this ball will go out of the back of the end zone. And that is where Pat McQuaid and the offense will go to work. McQuaid a week ago, 9 of 16, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns, which was a season high. No interceptions, probably the most important number there. 7 rushes for 36 yards for McQuaid last week.
You expect him to stack the box early in this game to try to establish that defense, so look for McQuaid maybe to put it up here on this first possession.
And that opening kickoff was presented by Central Boat Rentals. For more information about CBR and career opportunities, go to their website today at centralboat.com. That's centralboat.com. So we've got movement before we even get the first play off.
Bartholomew gets the flag, and Colonels will start it 1st and 15.
So not the way the Colonels wanted to start. Crowd still filing in. Nice contingent for Nicholls in the away stands. Across the field from us as Negrado comes in motion. Inside handoff. And it's going to be a gain of about 2 yards. And it's good penetration initially by Southeastern, and we've got a Nicholls player slow to get up. I believe that is Keller.
Yeah, it is Keller.
The Spears getting 2 yards on the first carry. Southeastern's defense will line up like this. It is Arian Williams, Caleb Proctor, Rodney Sopsher, and Garrett Crawford up front. Anthony Britton Jr., Herman Kristoff, Coriel Pierce are the linebackers. We'll get you the rest after this play as Nicholls tries to take it to the wide side of the field, and that goes for maybe 2 yards on the carry by Spears, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. The rest of these Lions starters, Tyrone Leggett, Victor Tatamy, Ian Connerly Goodley, and Markel Linzer. So 3rd and 11 for Nicholls. Moving from left to right, opening drive of the game. They're on the far side hash. Back to throw is McQuaid, and he's got Negrado, and Negrado is going to get 8 yards on the catch in front of the Nicholls bench, but he's going to be short of the first down as he gets out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, just a safe pass right there on 3rd down. Negrado couldn't get the first down, so the Colonels going to have to kick it away.
So Darius Lewis will go back to receive for Southeastern. And in to punt for Nicholls is Kylan Dupree, averaging 39 yards per punt. This will be his 46th punt of the season. And this one is a boomer. Lewis having to retreat all the way back to his 15-yard line. But did he outkick the coverage as Lewis now goes down the sideline, cuts it back up to the middle, and tackled at the 44-yard line. So a big return by Lewis. It was a great punt by Dupree, but once Nicholls got too wide, Lewis ran it right up the middle.
Yeah, you talked about outkicking the coverage. That's exactly what happened. Kicked it so far, the coverage by the time they got down there was spread out. Unable to make the stop until he got over midfield.
53-yard punt, 38-yard return for Lewis, and that will set up Southeastern 1st and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. And it'll be Zachary Clement who will carry it on first down. The quarterback will get it all the way down to the 34, and they're going to get called for a late hit as well. As Ethan Lee got a shot late on Clement, and that's going to add 15 yards for the Lions.
Well, tell you what, this looks exactly like it looked like last year at Northwestern. Of course, Clement was a quarterback there, and he did the exact same thing as they upset the Colonels. And that's the thing about Clement. You've got to keep him in that pocket.
This Lions team uses two quarterbacks, but Clement getting the start, the 6', 220-pound junior from Broussard, Louisiana. As you mentioned, played at Northwestern State, throwing for over 3,700 yards in his career there, and he had a big day against Nicholls last year. We'll highlight that as we go along. Ball at the 19, 1st and 10 for Southeastern. Moving from right to left, near side hash. They run a little option, and Clement is blown up by Brandon Larry.
Trying to run the option to the left that time, and boy, what penetration. Larry coming from the linebacker spot wrapped up Clement. He couldn't pitch it, he couldn't run it, took him down for a loss.
Southeastern's lineup has Jalen Bell, John Allen, William Granville, Brockham Wicks, and Shai Ogeron as the offensive linemen. Xavier Hill, Tashawn Hughley, and Darius Lewis are the receivers. Harlan Dixon is the running back as Clement on second down throws towards the end zone, overshoots his receiver, and that'll bring up third down. The rest of their lineup, they will use a tight end, Jacob Logan, but they also like to use an H-back, and we'll see Bauer Sharp and Ivan Dabrowski quite a bit in that role. 3rd and 12.
Matthews comes in. Ennis goes out. The Colonel's in their nickel package now.
Clement with Harlan Dixon on his left hip on a 3rd and 12, 12:02 to play first quarter. Clement back to throw, trying to set up an underneath screen, and it is well read and blown up by Quentin Sharkey.
What a job by Sharkey. Remember, he missed the first half of last week's game after being called for targeting over at UIW. He got back in there in the second half, made his presence felt, and does so right there.
So after starting on the positive side of the field and getting a first down and then a personal foul, Southeastern goes no farther as the Nicholls defense comes up with two big hits. We've got a timeout.
Are they reviewing targeting again on Sharkey?
Boy, we don't have a monitor in here.
That's a tackle. I mean,
unless they say he led with his head, but that is obvious.
If you're running the football at you, it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah, that'll be frustrating if that is indeed the call.
You know, what is targeting, what isn't targeting?
Well, they review that. Tell you a little more about Southeastern and their season, as they are 3-7, 3-3 in the Southland, 1-3 at home. Frank Selfo is their head coach, his 6th year. He's a ULM grad, 37-30 all time in Southeastern. We mentioned in the pregame they lost their first 7 games of the year, but they have hit their stride, winning 3 straight after a win at Texas A&M Commerce last week, where they scored the first 38 points of the game and never looked back, en route to a 52-14 victory.
I don't know, they showed it twice up on the screen, and Paul, I mean, you can't even play football anymore.
No.
He was running the football. He came across the middle. Right here, you can see it. Sharkey's going to tackle him. He hits him. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I agree with you. I mean, I think that's a good tackle, but I guarantee you if they call it, it's either going to be because he launched or they're going to say he led with his head, but I completely agree with you that I think that's just a football tackle.
Personal foul. Targeting with crown of the helmet. Number 11 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Number 11 is 6 points.
It's unbelievable.
So a rough targeting call. Trying to spot Tim Rebo. He is talking things over. He wants an explanation from our official. And he's basically saying exactly what you said. What's he supposed to do? He's just making a tackle.
I mean, I get defenseless, but when you're running the football.
Right. Well, a terrible call, and it just looked like Nicholls was going to get off the field. Now it is 1st and 10. Just outside the 10-yard line is Clement back to throw, throwing a swing pass, and he airmails that into the sideline. He was trying to hit Harlan Dixon.
Still just in shock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, again, not a defenseless. Again, they're saying he led with the crown of his helmet, but
when you're going to tackle somebody, well, when the runner lowers his head, they never call him. When you lower your head on defense.
So Quentin Sharkey done for the game because of targeting. Second time in 3 games. You feel bad for him, just playing good aggressive defense. As here's an inside pitch, and Brandon Larry has come to play as he makes another big tackle, a gain of 1 yard on that one.
Stop made by number 7.
They tried a little shuttle pass right there. Great job by Larry. He's been active early so far, picking up the slack. You know, he talked about Shaheen being out, and now you lose Sharkey. That really puts that linebacking core under a little bit of stress.
3rd down and 8. Ball is just outside the 9-yard line, moving right to left on the left hash. Clock winding, 10:40 to play first quarter. Clement back to throw, running that swing pass to Dixon, and Brandon Larry reads it again. Dixon gets 3 yards before he is wrapped up around the ankles by Larry. And Larry's come in and already made 3 tackles on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, Larry's come in and done an outstanding job. Again, to hold him to 3 here would be unbelievable.
What a response.
It is. After that, losing one of your leaders on defense on that type of call.
Riley Callahan will try a field goal. The sophomore from Ashburn, Virginia, is 7 of 12 this season. He has 3 of 5 from this range. This just a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. And they're going to run a fake. And Nicholls looks like they have read it well. Can they beat him to the corner? The reach, and it is a touchdown. Justin Dumas wins the race to the pylon, and it is a Lions touchdown. Good aggressive call by the Southeastern coaching staff. Thought Nicholls was going to make the stop before he got there, but just barely gets it inside the pylon.
It looked like it. He had a little extra gear to get on the outside. And
so all around, a lot of positives for the Nicholls defense, but their backs against the wall that entire drive, and it took a Southeastern fake field goal to put them up 6-0 with 9:49 to play. And now Callahan will try the extra point. On the season, he is 29 of 32 on extra points. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Southeastern starts on the Nicholls side of the field. They benefit from a late hit out of bounds. They benefit from a absolutely questionable targeting call on Quentin Sharkey, and they have to run a fake field goal that they barely tuck into the end zone. But in the end, Southeastern leads it 7-0 with 9:49 to play in the first quarter. Back to Hammond on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.